Hey friends, let's talk about sex and chemotherapy. Can you have sex while you're on chemotherapy for breast cancer? The answer is no and yes. So when I was right before I went through my first chemotherapy session for breast cancer, I did ask my doctor that question because I was like, no one's mentioned this to me. And these are pretty heavy drugs, like, can I have sex? So my doctor recommended no. The week you've received chemo, do not have sex, definitely not unprotected sex. If you look it up on Google, I think it's on WebMD, they do mention up to 72 hours after you've received chemotherapy not to have sex because the chemo is still in your body. And yes, those fluids can be exchanged, and yes, they are dangerous. The nurses that are administering chemo to you are wearing some protective gear. And did you know that when a nurse is pregnant, she is not going to be on the chemotherapy floor administering chemo because it could potentially harm her baby? So when you think about it like that, it does make a lot of sense. I know the week that I received chemo, I most certainly did not feel like doing much, including having sex. But after you're feeling better, after that 3-4 day, for me, I think it took like 6 days to start to even feel remotely better than you were feeling, yes, you should have sex, especially to keep that intimacy alive in your relationship. And it's a healthy thing to do in your relationship. So yes, after that window has passed. There are some side effects that come along with chemotherapy. And it has to do with the word menopause or temporary menopause. Maybe not everyone experiences this. Something that I did experience, but I also had a Lupron shot. And the Lupron shot was protecting my ovaries during chemo. So basically, it made my ovaries shrivel up, go into hiding so they would not be affected by the chemotherapy. So my menopause was like, bam, instant, hot flashes, the whole 9 yards. I absolutely have so much respect for women that have gone through menopause now because I could not believe what a hot flash really was like. Since I had the Lupron shot, it was very instantaneous and nothing snuck up on me. So if you're going through chemo and you're not having the Lupron shot, maybe it'll ease, you'll inch your way into it as opposed to it slapping you over the head. With that being said, vaginal dryness does come with side effects with menopause and from chemotherapy because it makes you go into menopause or early menopause or temporary menopause. So it's good for you to know that so you're not surprised, and it is not going to last forever, but it will be a situation you're in for the time being. So there's a few things that you can do. They have Replens as an example. It is a vaginal moisturizer, I guess is the best way to describe it. And it's something that you can actually do more as maintenance. So if you want to have spontaneous sex, you're already lubed up down there. So you can apply that 2 times a week, 3-4 times a week. You'll just have to see how you feel with that. And that way, because chemotherapy dries you out absolutely everywhere, including down there. So that's an option. And then you also have lubricants when you're having sex. So you can show your partner this video. You can chat with your partner about it, because I think once you've had communication like, hey, my body is going through all kinds of changes, including some things that are going to make our intimacy life a little different for a temporary amount of time. So now that you know that, and you'll get more comfortable, and also remember that everything is temporary. This is an experience. This is a small part of your life. And I know when I was going through treatment, it seemed like it was going to be forever. And I can luckily look back on that now. It's been a year and I think 2 months since I have finished treatment. And, time technically does go by fast. And I'm extremely proud of the journey that I've had and of everything I've learned along the way so I can share it with you. So, like this video if you learned something new about sex and chemotherapy, and also subscribe so I can share other helpful tricks and tips with you. And if you have experience with lubrication, love for you to comment below. I definitely want to know all about the natural lubricants. Ever since I went through breast cancer, I am doing everything now as natural as I can go, including lubricants. So I feel like that's important for you to focus on too. We want to have, like, in the environmental working group, they're a great place for you to look up. Is the shampoo I'm using, is the lotion I'm using toxic, or is it green? The toxic will rate in the red. Green is going to be like it's pretty clean. So that's what I do when I'm using products that I'm unsure of. So the same thing with lubricants. You want that to be natural. So comment below if you have some natural lubricants that you love that work, so you can share with everyone else. And also, I take special requests for these videos. If you have a special request, comment below and let me know what you want to hear about, and I will be happy to do a video and give you a shout out. So again, if you like this video, hit like right now, subscribe so I can share more videos with you, and I look forward to seeing you next Friday.